sports gene in them. Although the competition is all about participation, it's all about effort, but some of these athletes actually really, they went really hard. You know, a lot of them. We saw example with the Nigerian soccer team in the unified soccer event. They won gold, and we saw the basketball team as well to win silver. You know, after really playing really well and impressing a lot of neutral fans. So in all, it's been a very impressive performance by Team Nigeria. They won a lot of medals, but then this competition is not about medals at all. As it is right now, there's no medals table because that's not the essence of the competition. The competition is all about, you know, preaching social inclusion and promoting. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on. I can hear you clearly.
Exactly. Yeah, as I was saying, the competition is all about. It's all about really the competition itself is about promoting social inclusion. So no medal table, no official medal table. But then, trust Nigerians, we've been counting our medals, and I have to say,
we should be counting our medals. I tell you,
the medals rush really intensified, and I've lost count. All I know is Nigeria really won several medals, multiple medals for Team Nigeria. So I think they deserve all the support in the world. They will be, right now they're back to their hostels and having a well-deserved rest after a week of an intense competition. They will be back in Nigeria on Tuesday.
Tayo, I understand at games as these, a lot of emotions will start flowing towards the end. Describe the mood of Team Nigeria at the closing ceremony.
Yeah, well, okay, well, if I have to use one word to describe it, you have to be really, I think it's a more jubilant. You know, you should have seen the guys and the girls and the officials actually celebrate. They were in very joyous mood. They were having fun. They were really dancing. The clips are going to come eventually. We get to see them on Nigeria. We'll see what I'm talking about. These guys were awesome. They had fun. It was very clear. They were very excited. Even though the competition comes to an end, but then they didn't allow that, affect their mood at all. It was all fun for these guys, and I was really excited to be part of the whole summer games in Los Angeles, definitely.
All right, Tayo, one other thing I want to find out. Well, it might be a little bit too early to start asking. What's going to happen, I mean, to most of the athletes? I mean, now that the games are over, what's next? What's next for them?
Exactly. That's a very good question. A very good one. And that's one question the Special Olympics Nigeria didn't try to answer for the past couple of weeks, even before they traveled to Los Angeles. For them, this is not the end of it. This is not the end of it. They intend to carry on with their promotion, with their social inclusion campaign when these athletes return to Nigeria. Obviously, the next games is not around until the next 4 years. That's when the next summer games will be taking place. But in the meantime, Special Olympics Nigeria intends to put a lot of programs in place for these athletes, so they don't come back to Nigeria and return to obscurity. They're very, very serious about, integrating these guys into the society. There's no form of exclusion will be accepted according to the Special Olympics Nigeria. So that's why we have to give them thumbs up for. And one more thing in terms of what's next for them, the Winter Olympics, the World Summer Games takes place in Austria in 2017, and Nigeria wants to go there as well. So that'll be very interesting to see a Nigerian team actually go represent the winter sports.
Oh.
Okay, I wanted to ask a question. Concerning the basketball team. How they felt when they lost. The final game. What was it like? Because they actually put up a very good performance going to the finals.
Exactly. And that basketball team, I have to say, they gained a lot of support. A lot of neutral fans actually came to support Nigeria in that particular game against South Korea. But then, even then, they have to admit at the end of the game that they actually met a better side. The South Koreans, apparently, they've been together for a long time. I hear they've been together for about 6 years. So in terms of preparations, in terms of team harmony, in terms of everything, they were better than Nigeria on the day. But Nigeria still gave a very good account of themselves on that particular day. And you could tell from the support and the reaction of the fans and to the team. winning silver, it's a very good one for the basketball team. They've got some really good players as well that we have to watch out for. Victor, I think his name is Footballer, but the official keeps calling him Papula, and I wonder where that name came from in the first place. But then I have to recheck. So it's actually Victor Moshood Footballer. I beg your pardon. Some good players in that team as well. Chidalu Onwude, good player, good center. So much we had him in the studio before they traveled. Good players also, good on the defensive end. So it's a really good side. And hopefully, when they come back home, they can have the opportunity. They should have opportunity to continue to develop their.
Tayo, I can see the enthusiasm, the excitement about those guys, especially Moshood Footballer and the rest of the guys from the basketball team. Well, they've done well, and we're so delighted for their achievements at the Special Olympics. Well, we hope that you have a safe trip when you come back, and of course, we'll definitely still have to take you more on.
Before I go, okay. The swimming team as well. So we need to give them some kudos as well, because I was in their camp at somewhere in Lagos before they came to LA, and they promised 12 medals, but they got 9. 9 out of 12 is incredible, you know. And there's one particular swimmer there called Adeda Mola Roberts. He was incredible. He had a great game. He's a very quiet guy. His demeanor, screams really quiet. Young guy as well too. He won 3 gold medals for Nigeria at the World Games. I just thought I should mention that. It's very important.
All right, definitely. Well, when you get back, Ty, when you definitely get back, we'll definitely have to thrash out some of all these other things that you talked about. Taking a look at the other guys who really did big things there. So. A safe trip back. When you come back, definitely we'll take you more on all of that. So thank you so much for giving us a lowdown on the closing ceremony and, of course, some of the things that went down at the Special Olympics in Los Angeles. You have a great time now. And
thanks for having me, Eli.
All right, then. Well, that was Salaam giving us a feel of the closing ceremony and some of the exciting achievements of our Special Olympics, the Team Nigeria contingent in Los Angeles. Now, let's talk about the one that really, really saddens my heart, if you ask, because I had hoped and I expected so much from them, but it didn't really happen that way. Talking about the Super Falcons, who will not be progressing in the race for the qualifiers for the Rio 2016 Olympics. They couldn't get the job done in Equatorial Guinea. And of course, we'll hope to establish connection with a former national team goalkeeper of the Super Falcons, talking about Anne Chejine, to give us her own thoughts on what actually must have happened in that one. So we definitely have to work on that. I'm sure we're getting that done in the course of the show. So just hang around there and we'll sort it out very quickly. But let's move on. Let's talk about the All Africa Games. Talking about wrestling. Now, yeah, we can say that in recent times we've not really had so much in terms of big names coming out of that. But, you know, in this part of the world, wrestling should be some sport that we should be making big names for ourselves, achieving big things as well. So, Austin.
Well, it's all about the trials taking place in Abuja. According to the Nigeria Wrestling Federation, they will take
It's currently ongoing, right?
Yeah, it started on Saturday.
It's actually
going to end today. Over 149 wrestlers turned up big
over
time.
149.
That's how much love we've got for wrestling, so we have to keep talking about it. It was a good outing for them at the Commonwealth Games. Remember Golden Girl, Duane Adekuroye, we know Amaz Daniel, Aminat Adeni, some of the wrestlers that did big things in Glasgow, Scotland. Now they get ready for the All Africa Games. And with wrestling, there's something about that federation and the blend they have because of their president, who also was a former wrestler, and then they have so much passion for it. So when there's an event, they don't get to compete that much because, of course, again, the attention most times is on football. But these trials will afford them an opportunity to get athletes ready for the All Africa Games. 21 athletes will be going to the All Africa Games. 8 will take part in the women's freestyle, 8 will take part in the men's freestyle, and then 5 will compete in the men's Greco-Man event. So the Nigeria Wrestling Federation, they have said they will use this to assess the athletes. You don't come for the trials, you're not going to Congo, which I think is a very good one. So wrestling getting busy. Let's see if they can actually go to the All Africa Games and then win medals, because they have about 10 medals to win from wrestling.
And you can just imagine how that will be if we can get as many as 10 medals, like you said, from the world of wrestling at the All Africa Games. That should be something really, really interesting to see. All right, the president of the Nigerian Wrestling Federation, talking about Daniel Igali, is on the line to speak with us this morning. Great to have you on Sports this morning, Igali.
Good morning.
All right, you've been listening to our conversation, I presume, and it's all about the trials, which should be winding up today. What other things can you tell us?
Well, we've had very successful trials over the past 2 days. We had Greco-Roman wrestling on Saturday, and I was very impressed with the performances of especially a young kid, an 18-year-old kid, Pakistan Robinson from Delta, who upstaged the former national champion. He has a very big future. A 2-row K at 66 kg was very impressive. And Ore Emmanuel at 71 kg, I think, is going to challenge for a gold medal at the Games in Congo, and I'm excited about that. And yesterday we had the female wrestlers finish their trials. Dekore was dominant. Aminat was impressive. Blessed Borderu was really in our element. And so I'm looking at about 3 or 4 gold medals from the women alone at the Games. And today we're going to have the freestyle wrestlers do their thing, and I'm hoping to see some fireworks in the gym today. So I'm really excited by this.
Dan, a lot of silence in wrestling recently. We've not heard about some of the names you've mentioned, Adekuroi, Blessing Okorodudu, and even Aminat Adeni, since after the Commonwealth Games. Now we'll get ready for the All Africa Games. These trials, is this all wrestling will do before Congo in September? Hello, Dan.
I didn't get the last part of your question.
I'm saying wrestling has been relatively quiet since after the Commonwealth Games. Blessing Okorodudu, not much from Adekuroi.
We had the African Championship.
Okay, and after the African Championship, we do have the National Wrestling Open.
Just a couple of months ago, but that was their only tournament this year, and that has been my problem. They've not had a lot of matches this year. That's why I even opened up the trials so everybody could come try out. Yesterday, Dekore had about 3 matches, which brings up our total matches in the whole year to about 8. But we're going to do a lot of simulation matches this whole month in August, so we're going to get them about 12 matches before September. And you also know we're going to the World Championships with just 2 of them, with Oborodudu and Blessing. So I think they will be fine. They will be fine going into the Games. I overheard you guys talking about 10 medals. I can assure you we're going to win more than 10 medals at the Games.
Wow. Interesting. But really, Igali, let's look at, generally now,